Welcome back to the FC24 Realistic Road to Glory. You guys will be keen to know that the Ballon d'Or has been won by Erling Haaland in this save. I don't believe it's the first time he's won it in this save either. Unfortunately, we've not kept track of that throughout the course of the save, but maybe it's something we should do in future if you'd like me to. Appreciate all the support in the comments so far and the likes, etc. Do keep those coming as we progress forward. We have a rather important game today. Well, not necessarily important game in the grand scheme of things, because we want to get promoted, but it's very rare in the early seasons of a long-term save like this that you come up against a side quite of the calibre of Manchester United. We got them in the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup, and I asked my live chat actually, what team should I put out, considering it's basically the fringe players that have gotten us to this point in the competition, past Notts County, past Bolton, past Stockport. And they've said that we should give those rotation players the opportunity, so fair enough. They shall indeed get the chance. We've got press conference questions to bring to you slightly later on in the day, but we also have some very important championship games to play today as well. QPR right with us in the table. Middlesbrough are one of the better sides in the division as well. We'll then simulate Preston, who are 20th, and Sunderland, which is the other home game of the day, which hopefully we can get 3 points from. Results weren't great in the last episode. I've slept since then, so hopefully I'll be better today than I was then. Manchester United are not fielding a full strength side with Oyedele and Forson in there, but it's still pretty good. Will Fish and Brandon Williams as well. Bono in goal for them. They've got players on the bench that they could certainly call upon, but they've obviously rested a little bit for the Carabao Cup, as you would expect them to do. We will field the altered 11. Schmodix gets to start. Emmanuel Dennis actually is in the starting 11 now, but will get the nod for this game out wide as well. Linetti plays regularly for us in the midfield as well, but at the minute, yeah, go on then. Let's throw Ben Osborne in. But Kaiser and Schmidt are the two youngsters for us that we're hoping that will grow very well. And Jack Stevens continues to be a fantastic player for us, and we very much look forward to having him with us longer term in this save. Outside of that, I don't think I'm going to make any other changes there. Maybe we put cash in so we've got a defensive option. All right. Man United at Old Trafford. Uh-oh. Here's Ashraf Hakimi. Forson. Back to Bruno Fernandes. Little ball roll, little turn. I did get something on that. Rasmus Højlund's in, and Rasmus Højlund scores. Man United 1, Cambridge United 0. Feel a little bit cheesed, having intercepted the ball there, but they ran off with it anyway, but take nothing away from the finish. It's very good. Oh, sharp turn by Højlund. Lovely tackle by Ben Osborne. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic has made an interception, though, and Højlund's footwork has been difficult to deal with here, and continues to be. Good save. Never mind, it's 2-0 Manchester United. Forson gets to the rebound first. Keith made the good stop, and I'll be honest, I thought he was just going to leap up and grab it again. I think he tried to. It's just the ball was not close enough to him. He leapt, and his hands are on the ground before Forson even makes contact with the ball. 2-0 Manchester United in the 13th minute. I was hoping not to get battered here. We are kind of already getting battered. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, I mean, it's just one simple ball, and my defence is absolutely nowhere, is it? That's the quality they have there. It's just the defenders just don't pay attention, and Rasmus Højlund just goes, "Oh, I'll run through that gap, shall I? Yeah, go on then, lad." 3-0 Manchester United. It's probably going as you would have anticipated that it would do, but it might be nice to actually make it into their half at some point and have some sort of chance on goal. Though Ashraf Hakimi is determined to keep a clean sheet, evidently. Alejo with a turn, and here's Sørensen. And Ajayi could be in here if we can find the right pass, which we can't because Brandon Williams has come across and said, "No, thank you. I would like that back." All right, well, we're in their half, but we've still not given Bono anything to think about, have we? It could actually be Bono from bloody U2 in goal for Man United. They'd still keep a clean sheet at this rate. Sørensen. Aju. Alejo. Oh, I tell you what, Bono from U2 wouldn't have saved that one. Oh, and we're in. Oh, you lucky boy. Isaac Hayden's going to win the header, but he can't find a teammate. Well, a glimpse of something to shout about for the Cambridge fans on the brink of half-time. But Bono was equal to it, unfortunately. I think they're just kind of taking the mick out of us now. I know it's my second string side, and you'd like to think that our first string side would have done better than this, but I still feel like the result probably would have gone only this way, wouldn't it, regardless. We might have had perhaps slightly better fortunes in the final third with a full string 11, but I am struggling to put anything together, really. Fingers crossed against Queen's Park Rangers. We will be more like our usual selves. Sammy Smolnik's got on a decent run here. He's got Adu with him. And here's Ben Osborne. We're in the box. Ben Osborne fires off target. Good chance, actually, that. Dennis wins that back nicely. Smodics. And Schmidt, the youngster, forward from left back. Support is with him. Ajay, Osborne. Alejo scores at Old Trafford before he retires at the end of the season. On a personal note, that's really, really pleasing for him. It's not going to get us anything from the game, but it's a good move and a goal that's worth celebrating, which indeed the fans and players are. Not very often a club of our nature, even at the level that we're at in game at the moment, would be doing something like that at Old Trafford, so we'll absolutely take it. 3-1. Free kick and a half decent position here. Let's just whack this into the box, shall we? Schmidt will put loads of power on it. Try and flick this on with Alejo. Can't get to either of the headers with him. Might win that back though. Well in Sammy. And Alejo. Adu Ajay running off the side of him. And maybe Alejo's going to be in again. He is, you know. And Sigurdsson. Ajay back to Hayden. And Alejo again. Alejo again. Blocked well. Well, a sudden surge of Cambridge United pressure in this second half. It's not going to last long. In fact, it's already over. And, oh, for the second time they get lucky with a little rebound. But this time Kaiser's across to properly get the ball away. No fourth for Manchester United. Although Adu is in. He's going to beat the man. And the shot was going a long way wide. But Bono taking no risks, just making sure. It's going to be a 3-1 result here, let's be honest. After 13 minutes when we were already 2-0 down, we really didn't expect to have ourselves a scoreline like this, did we? It might even be 3-2 yet still if Bremer wasn't significantly stronger than Adu. Got a man down there. I think it's Isaac Hayden, though, so you can probably guess what my reaction is to that. Not really that bothered, to be honest. A post-match press conference at Old Trafford is not something we expected to do until we were in the Premier League. We hope to be in the Premier League next year. But, unfortunately, we're not going to get a result against Manchester United this time around. Whilst we have the press conference in the background, there is actually a press conference question to come to you from the YouTube comment section. It's from Mark Hicks. It says, talk in the newspapers is that MGH United are about to offer you the manager's role. What are your thoughts on the matter? Are these rumours true? Flattered as I am to be linked with the role at MGH United, my concern, my sole aim, is getting this Cambridge United side to the Premier League. Credit where credit is due. MG United are, of course, a fantastic football club, but this one is better. QPR's form isn't great at the minute. Only 2 wins in their last 5. Obviously, ours is worse. Only 1 win in our last 5 league games, but we'd like to pick up victory here if we can. On paper, we are the better side. Certainly. There's only really a handful of sides that are better than us on paper at the present moment in time. Not everybody's got sharpness, but we've been focusing on making sure that everybody is fully fit so they can run themselves into the ground to get 3 points. It's Frey. Field picked off by Lanetti. Dennis, switch. There's plenty of room out on this side of the pitch for this man. And Fofana has found plenty of room in the box as well. And you cannot give a man that's in this vein of goal-scoring form that amount of space. Thank the Lord he's got a 5-star weak foot, because I turned onto his left there and instantly went, I shouldn't have done that. Then I remembered as it flew top corner, oh yeah, he's just as good on either side, which makes him particularly usable. Fode Fofana, thank you. 1-0 Cambridge. That's a good finish too, to be fair. Quite the run, actually, by the QPR man there from kickoff. Makengo and Lanetti step in. Been some calls in the, some calls from the backroom staff to actually drop Makengo, and you've not been too impressed with his overall performances. I think he's another player that kind of goes under the radar a little bit. One of those that does the job, but never actually makes it into a highlight, either offensively or defensively. I haven't quite gotten there with him, but that was a long way away. And that was the shot, to be fair. Queen's Park Rangers, no equaliser yet. I think maybe give Makengo a little bit of slack. If there's a player that you think isn't really performing, then do drop by the stream and see every minute played of each game, so that you can actually see what they're like behind the scenes, so to speak. Emmanuel Dennis driving across the pitch here, looking for Fofana was the intention. Lobato is where the ball went. It went nowhere bloody near him. Makengo stepping in nicely there, though. And Linetti needs runners. Has some. Look at the runner Lobato, who we've looked for but haven't quite found. And it would have been a gorgeous volley if we had been able to get to that. 1-0 up after half an hour, and hopefully that remains the case for as long as possible. Albany, Sigurdsson spins his man. He's left him. He's gone. He's away. Sigurdsson put in a brilliant cross for a Fofana volley earlier in the season. This time could be something more. How? A, how has Fofana not gotten a shot away? And B, how has the keeper been able to get a block on the second effort from Linetti? Lobato will take the corner. We've got plenty of tall players in there that can score a goal with their head. I have to hope to get to this first with Kirk Henderson, which we do. Makengo gets it under control. Just keep the ball. Cambridge United feet. Lobato. Well, Lobato struck it well enough, but saved by Mahoney. Was travelling, though. Dazale. Forward to Frey. Smith. Getting down the line. Lovely little back heel. Dixon Bonner. Smith again. And Frey. It's one of those questionable goalkeeping animation goals, isn't it? It's got good shot power on it, but it's not necessarily from right in front of him. And nor is it very well placed. It's quite simply just at the goalkeeper. It is what it is. It's 1-1, and Frey has bagged it. Ah, who saw it? Wow. It wasn't that bad. He just dinked it, which nobody could have anticipated. So I committed to the ball as it were going to be on the floor. It's a controlled challenge with just 1 foot with studs not up. And the referee has brandished a red card. And now my man... Oh my God. The man in the middle locked off the ball again. Don't do it to me, game. Please. Thank you. We're level at 1-1. And now down to 10 men with probably about 30 minutes, including stoppage, still to play. We're going to have to adjust accordingly. And fingers crossed we can still get a good result. Field and Frey. Don't like. Dixon Bonner. Really don't like. Smith in the box. Turns well. Fires well. Wide. QPR looking to make the extra man pay here. They haven't been able to do so far. They are pressing quite considerably, though. I haven't yet been able to beat that press to find a man free to really punish them. But now could have been the time. Ben Osborne just needed that dink to find its mark, and Emmanuel Dennis was clean away. Now here comes Kelman down the wing. Support back here from Cannon. Be Reggie Cannon, presumably the right back, the American. Ben Osborne will read that and will just float it forward. Fofana needs to win this header. He did. He just headed it straight against the Queen's Park Rangers man. It will be 1-1 or it will be 2-1 QPR. Kelman delivers the ball. Hit a hand. Free kick in a particularly dangerous position for our visitors. You saw it coming, didn't you? Keeper came when I didn't ask him to. Had a man underneath it. Of course, the Queen's Park Rangers man got to it. I do want to see a replay of that, actually. Thank you, game, if you don't mind. How the balls did he get to this? Keeper comes. And, well, the man I've got underneath it just gets out-muscled, I think, here, Cashin. Cashin's underneath it. Jumps with him. He's higher than him. And then just quite, like, drifts around him. And then it's an unbelievable header in the end. Although it comes off the right-hand side of his forehead and goes left. So that's the thing. All right. Well, I think we can safely say, well done, referee. Queen's Park Rangers 2, Cambridge United 1, and they had 12 men for that fixture. I will gladly pay the £25,000 fine from the FA. The referee has won Queen's Park Rangers that game of football. Sometimes you have to bite your tongue, and sometimes you just have to say how it is. And quite frankly, it was never a red card in a million years. Firpo's out suspended. Ben Osborne will drift in and play in the next fixture in place of him. But quite frankly, shouldn't have to because it wasn't a red. Before we head into the game against Middlesbrough, I shall add my fine. Where did I put it? FA fine, £25,000. We've been charged again for comments about officials. We did get a comment in the comment section from Frantic Tutor. It said, noticing that you did not have any interview questions today, this is a previous episode, have you started to see a decline in Cambridge United fans/journalists attending and or supporting the club? If so, how have you and your staff dealt with the situation? Sometimes there just aren't enough press conference questions that are either in number or in quality or uniqueness of question to pop in a video. Obviously, on occasions, I record in advance. So there are times where, quite frankly, the amount of press conference questions aren't high enough, even if I used every single one to go in every video. And some are replicating themselves in comment sections. Some aren't really interesting enough to be included. So it's just a case of I was recording ahead and, quite frankly, there just weren't enough questions, unfortunately. But that's the scenario that we've only found rarely. Seemingly, Middlesbrough are only winning rarely at the minute, but so are we. They're missing force through international football. We're missing a number of players through international football. I've already complained about that before, so we won't go through it again. Championship has international breaks. Championship respects international breaks, IRL, so it should do in-game. Thank you very much. As a result, Osborne's playing at left-back for the, obviously, suspended Firpo. That's not the game's fault, although maybe it is because of the refereeing decision. Kaiser and Watts play at centre-back in place of both my centre-backs who are out with their countries. Kirk Henderson with Scotland and Kashid with Ireland. And Alejo starts on the right as Sigurdsson is away with Iceland. So Middlesbrough not performing well. We're performing averagely, but quite frankly, aren't at full strength for this one. This was an episode where I really anticipated us getting a strong haul of points. We've not started well, but if we can get 9 points from the next 3 games, then it's still a good episode. Riley McGree, a very good footballer. You'll remember his Puskás nominee a few years ago. I can't remember whether it actually won the Puskás award or not on that particular occasion. Fofana will poke that out wide, and then Kobani will get it quickly down the line to Alejo, who's got the space to get into here. I need the support from Lenny Nabato, and here it is. And Lenny has the support from Dennis. And Dennis, with great footwork, works the opportunity, forces the save, but can't give us the lead. Does really well. Linetti trying to stick with. Riley McGree with a turn. What a save, Max O'Leary. I thought the defender was just going to get a block on it in front of him. He definitely didn't. And the goalkeeper needed to be called into action there. McKengo's touch is not great, but it gets it away from the man, and then he's lucky that this following defender doesn't get there as well. I mean, if you're going to get a red card in a previous game, he's going to give a red. Oh! I don't know about that, mate! Is it going to come full circle? Actually, that one is through the calf of the counter-attacking man. That is, it might not be a red card, but it's more of a red card than the one that Junior Firpo got. So maybe it has come full circle, and what goes around comes around, and what went around has come around. Here's Fofana. Fofana needs some support, really. Here's Makengo. Makengo with the effort. Brilliant block by Daniel Barlaser. It will stay at 0-0 for now. But we've a significantly larger portion of the game against 10 men than Queen's Park Rangers had. QPR was still able to force the result in questionable circumstances, and Middlesbrough with 10 men. are in a position to maybe take the lead themselves. We need to win this header, please, Lenetti. He has done. Barlaser brings it down. And Lenetti's in the way again. Well, Middlesbrough might have 10, but they're still dangerous. Needs the run of Alejo here, which he's found very well. And Alejo looking for Lobato, who spins really well and draws the save from Glover. He's not massive, Lobato, nor is his strength stat very high, but he's done really well to hold the defender off there and get the shot away. Emmanuel Dennis up for a header here. It's going to fall to Lenetti and fall to Dennis. And, well, I didn't ask for a lobbed header, but a lobbed header is what I got. Goal waiting to have the ball nestle into it. And unfortunately, we weren't able to grab the goal we're desperate for to take a 1-0 lead. Frustratingly, quite equally matched in offensive areas, despite the fact that they're missing one of their men now. Not sure where Sulemana plays, actually, on the field for them. Hop has done well there, and Azaz very nearly gives Middlesbrough a 1-0 lead. Max O'Leary called upon and needed to make the save. Finally, gave me the man I wanted. And we've gotten the ball clear and won't have the chance to counter before the half-time whistle. Azaz in the box. Middlesbrough might stand a chance of taking the lead before the half. They will not. We're very lucky for it to rebound to them the way that it did. Give me frigging Kellen Watts. Safe, please. Yep. Thank you. Straight to Lobato from kick-off. Lobato's going to waste no time in trying to get forward. Fofana is going to be in the middle. Corner. Corner. Positive start to the second half. Alejo will deliver. And up we go. Emmanuel Dennis! Off the post. Surely now! Lenny Lobato fires home. He absolutely couldn't have missed that. Right place, right time. Dennis unlucky. Keeper unlucky too. Back off the woodwork rather than round the post for another corner. But Lobato sprinted at it and I just had to make sure. Clark with the lofted ball. Makengo will knock it down. Forward quickly to Sami Smodics, who's off the bench here. Looking immediately for Emmanuel Dennis, who's run into a very good position and spreads it well. And Lobato's just been brought out to this left-hand side. It was intended for Dennis. It'll find Makengo here. And it's comfortable for the keeper. Free kick Middlesbrough. 93rd minute. Anyone for a rinse and repeat of the end of the Queen's Park Rangers game? Go, mate! And they call scripting. And they call scripting. 2 games in a row. Last kick of the game. We concede a bullshit goal. Cheers. This is why it's difficult to get out of the Championship. 1-1 draw with Middlesbrough. We should have beaten them 1-0, but never mind, eh? It is what it is. We go again.
Can we ask you a question?
Yeah, you can, but whether you get a polite response or not is a different matter. As we come up against Preston then, we've dropped to 10th in the table now. I have a funny feeling I should have significantly more points than I do right now. They're playing a 5 at the back. Do they have anyone out on international duty? They're missing McCann. We're still missing the players that we had out for the last game because this is played the weekend after the game that's just been. But fingers crossed we're good enough to get a result here. We're not, though. The side that are 22nd in the tables beat us by 2-1. I am having to bite my tongue very hard at this particular moment in time. All I'll say is, let's hope that 25 is better than 24, shall we, for things that shouldn't be a thing. It's costing me everything at the moment. Only £14,000 travel costs to adjust before the next game, which is Sunderland at home. Let's hope things go better this time around, shall we? RZ Alkmaar have offered me £2.3 million for Lasse Sørensen between windows here. Sørensen's contract is expiring. And we have scope, financially, very much so, to replace him. I think I might just take the money here. We'll try and negotiate it, but I would like a bit more, if possible, in between windows to agree something a little bit more agreeable for us. 2.85 they won't do. 2.6 maybe? Meet me in the middle, lads. It's more than 10% over valuation. we'll take it. We will need to do some business in January, but we're expecting to do some business in January anyway. Now Braga are bidding. Apparently, it's triggered something remarkable. I know everybody wants Lasse Sørensen. I was just, like I say, going to keep him till the end of the season and let him leave on a free. But if they want him, then they can have him. Braga and RZ are both realistic moves for a championship level Danish right back. So I'm quite happy with those. Captaincy for Sunderland game, go away. I've got all my first team players back, thankfully. Praise the Lord. Thank you, game, for this game against Sunderland at home as well. We'll go to the press conference to try and boost their morale as well.
Thank you for your patience. We'll start taking questions now.
Third press conference question from the previous live chat. We're trying to make sure that the morale is as high as possible, because quite frankly, it makes a big difference. There is going to be slightly different morale system for FC25 as well, if you hadn't seen any of the updated stuff. I haven't brought you any FC25 news videos because, quite frankly, other people do it quicker and better than I do, and there's no point in me rehashing information that you've already seen. So that's why I haven't made any FC25 videos to this point. This question, though, comes from Wills. It says, with the financial constraints in place, how do you foresee the club affording the next calibre of player if and when you achieve promotion? If we're honest, when you get promotion from the Championship to the Premier League, about 100 million quid becomes available to you. So I've not got any worries about our financial situation heading into the Premier League should we get there. That's Sunderland's lineup. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Watch them beat me now. A 1-1 draw, thanks to Fofana in the 86th. Ah, lolly. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Our form has taken a frigging nosedive, and quite frankly, I only feel like I should take about half the blame for that. Ipswich is the first game of the next episode. Ipswich, Blackburn, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, and West Bromwich Albion. Some easy games, some very much not so easy games, but at the minute we can't seem to get many points from any. We're mid-table with Norwich and Middlesbrough, so certainly there are other large sides that should be performing better around us. But with 4th placed West Brom and 2nd placed Sheffield United to come, and 8th placed Blackburn Rovers as well, they'll obviously be the games that we simulate moving forward in the next episode. 18th placed Ipswich and 24th placed Sheffield Wednesday, who haven't won a bloody game yet at all in 19, should be, on paper, winnable games. For the minute, I can't buy a win, let alone actually earn one. Although, quite frankly, I felt particularly hard done by against QPR, and even more so against Middlesbrough. So, the game. That'll be all for today. Just the 2 points from the potential 12 from the league leaves us considerably short of the playoff zone. 25 points we're on, 6 points clear of Watford we are. That will change by the time we get through the next window. 2.75 million. Lasse Sørensen is going to Braga. He will leave us. We will obviously look to replace him. We'll affirm definitely the permanent transfer of Kobani from Leeds, and then also look, of course, for another player as well to replace him. But Sørensen out. Kobani we will trigger the pay clause for, and then we'll also look for another right back. I'm probably going to look for a left back too, and maybe a centre mid. We'll wait and see what happens in January. We've got a couple of episodes before we get there that will have a lot of points for us in them, won't they? Yes, okay, good. I'll see you tomorrow.